All right, well, welcome everybody. I'm not quite sure how many folks we have out there that might be tuning in, but welcome to Speechapalooza 2020. And we are in the classroom. Well, some of us are in the classroom with 8A this afternoon. I want to welcome you for being here and apologize for not being here. As you can see, I am not sitting in the classroom with the students. I am in quarantine, as so many of us have had to experience at some point in time this year. I'm certainly regretful. This was not great timing for this class, but I am fortunate to have Mr. Berge there on campus, who has been able to be with the students this past week to get them ready. And this is a great group of young people who I know have worked hard to be ready for today. So with that, let's talk quickly about the goals of the event. The goal today is to take the summary of learning about self, right? Each student has learned a lot about themselves as a communicator and apply that learning in one last speech. They have worked on strengthening their skills with eye contact, with the use of their voice, with the self-control of their body as they stand in the front of the room and communicate. And they've also learned what preparation looks like through some trial and error over the course of the 3 speeches they've delivered in class. How much practice is necessary to get up there and do what they want to do and overcome their nerves. While I'm unable to be in the room, what you'll see happen today is each of the students in 8A stand up and present one last speech. They have taken one of their 3 prior speeches, and they are doing it again for an upgraded, more realized version of their best selves. The first speech was a 1-minute speech. They simply told a story of their choosing. Their second speech was a persuasive message. They chose the topic. The goal was to persuade the audience to believe what they want them to believe. This was a 2-minute speech. The third speech was an introduction of a future self. Again, this is a 2-minute speech. You'll hear Mr. Berge today as he stands up and introduce each of our speakers, name the speaker, tell you which style they have chosen, 1, 2, or 3, and the title of their speech, and then we'll hear from the speaker. And with that, I offer thanks to our technology team. They've done a lot to allow us all, really the entire trimester, to even make the class function properly with students in and out all the time. But in particular today, to allow us to broadcast this so viewers beyond the campus and even throughout the campus have the opportunity to enjoy the work and the fruits of the work of this 8th grade class. Thank you, Mr. Berge, for your help in being there. And the last thing I will say is good luck to our students. I know you guys are ready, and I am excited to hear these speeches today. So with that, I will mute myself and step back and let Mr. Berge get things going.
All right, good afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Wagers. Our first speaker today is Jack Mooney. He'll be doing speech style number 2, why you should eat wheatgrass.
Wheatgrass and why you should eat it. Wheatgrass has many benefits to health. It contains calcium and iron. Wheatgrass also contains vitamins. Wheatgrass is a great source of vitamins and minerals. It's very high in vitamins A, C, as well as magnesium amino acids. Some studies found that antioxidants could help protect against certain conditions, such as heart disease, cancer, arthritis, and various other diseases. Thanks to its high antitoxin content, some test tube studies have found that wheatgrass could help kill cancer cells. One study found that wheatgrass juice lowered the risk of inherited bone marrow function, a common complication of chemotherapy in 60 people with breast cancer. Drinking wheatgrass can boost your metabolism and aid in weight loss. It is a good choice if you're watching your weight because it is low in calories and has no fat. Wheatgrass has high levels of enzymes that assist in digestion by helping your body break down food and absorb nutrients. This can help with digestion. Wheatgrass increases the function of your immune system. This can help fight off infection and disease. Plus, you'll feel much better when your immunity is performing at greater levels. If you do get some kind of sickness, having a strong immune system can help you recover more quickly and go back to your normal life. Your energy levels may be higher than usual from the nourishment you receive. Once your body has cleared out bad substances, your energy can be directed to performing daily tasks like exercising. You'll feel refreshed and rejuvenated. That is why you should eat grass.
Thank you, Jack. Our next speaker is Jax Gilmore. He'll be using speech style number 2, entitled Music, How It Affects Us.
Music, it's all around us. We're constantly experiencing it through our lives. No matter where you go, there can be music, whether it be a video game, a TV show, or even an advertisement. Because the music you hear in these things, you're persuaded by it. That's why smart advertising companies have music in their ads. Because the more you think about the jingle, the more you think about the product they're trying to sell. And anything can be interpreted as music. It can be a pattern or rain tapping on your roof. And if you have the right mindset, everything you hear can be interpreted as music. And music, it doesn't just affect us, it also affects plants and animals too. Around a year ago, I saw a study that showed how plants are affected by music. And all plants reacted the same way, with most positively following classical music and jazz, but they wilted when they played rock music. I also saw a similar study where they did it with cats, and the cats also have similar effects to the type of music being played, where they react most positively to classical, followed by pop, but negatively with rock, causing them to have increased heart rate, pupil size, and just make them really stressed out. And music is also part of our world and cultures. No matter where you look, no matter what country it is, they have their own types of music. Mexico, Scotland, China, India, all these countries have their own music. And music is language everybody knows. Music connects the world.
Our next speaker is Annie Trammell. She'll be using speech style number 3, Leading the Future.
Hi, my name is Annie Trammell. I'm an alumni here at St. Mark's Episcopal School. I remember going to St. Mark's, roaming the hallways, but most importantly, I remember how lucky I felt to be part of such an amazing community. I will forever be grateful to be a part of the class of 2020. Since my time at St. Mark's, I decided to attend St. Agnes Academy. From there, Rice University. After St. Mark's, St. Agnes, and Rice, I decided to start a nonprofit organization to help support animals around the world. I had so many ideas about how I wanted animals to get the help that they truly deserved. Well, those ideas soon became a reality. See, to me, that's what being a leader is all about. It's not about being the best at something or knowing the most. To me, being a leader is about persevering through the hard and knowing that your opinions matter. Yes, being a leader can be hard, difficult, and even scary at times, but being a leader can also be exciting, rewarding, and something you feel you're made for. Most importantly, through it all, you have to have courage. You have to be brave and know that your voice deserves to be heard, and that even if it gets hard, you can do it. Now I know that might sound a little bit easier said than done, but if I can do it, I'm sure that each and every one of you can too.
Our next speaker is Elliot Wang. He's using speech style number 1, Why You Shouldn't Be Afraid.
It was November of 2019, and my dad and I went to go see a movie. This movie was called Midway. In the movie, there's a scene where a pilot named Bruno puts his life on the line to save the aircraft carrier from a kamikaze attack. He succeeds and survives and is awarded with a promotion. Later on in the movie, a crew member asks him what his secret is. He tells the story of how his uncle was a welder on top of the Empire State Building and would weld at its highest floors and not die and not have any safety. He actually wouldn't die from falling or being hit by a cat. Bruno then tells the crew member, "You never know what's going to hit you, so why would you be afraid?" When he says this, he means we don't know how we're going to die, So why should we be afraid of it? This is something that we should all abide by. When we face our fears, we can succeed, progress, and get stuff done. Many people back out of really good opportunities because they are afraid of failing or the consequences. If you try your hardest and take risks, they will pay off. If you fail, you can try again and try to win. When you do, you win. And when you win, your self-esteem will increase, so you want to try more. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt once said, "We had nothing to fear but fear itself." This is one of the most infamous quotes of all time, and it's one that we all need to acknowledge. When we face our fears, we can succeed. Fear sets us back in life where there's nothing to be afraid of. This quote reminds me of Bruno's, but they both tell us not to be afraid. President Roosevelt had polio, but he wasn't afraid to let it stop him, and he made the most out of the rest of his life. In conclusion, when you ditch your fears, you can succeed.
Thank you, Elliot. Our next presenter is Robbie Satcher. He'll be doing speech style number 3, a letter from future me.
You're probably wondering who this is. Well, I'm your future. I'm your future you. You're probably wondering what this means. Well, what I'm saying is that actions you take on a day-to-day basis affect who you are in the future. Currently, your future is growing up, going to college, and enrolling in computer science and engineering. After, you will get a job that will help build computers and soon invent them. You still have a large amount of choices that you can choose from, but this is only what your future is based on now. For example, let's say that you're interested in real estate and investing. Then your future will most likely have to do with real estate or investment. But let's say you want to become a professional video game player or a YouTube star. Then you can either have a very successful or a very bad career. Because becoming an internet star isn't a very viable career choice. Now let's get back into my future though. At the end of this year, you will graduate from St. Mark's School and go on to high school. In high school, your strong suit will be math, and you will do track and basketball. You'll make many friends that have similar interests to you, like sports and video games. Your main focus will be engineering, though. Once you graduate from high school, you will drop all sports and just focus on engineering. And the rest is history. From future you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Our next speaker is Lulu Gibolini. She'll be using speech style number 1, concentration camps in China.
Right now in China, they are killing and torturing Muslims. They call it re-education camps. They're holding them in high security prisons where they can't leave or get help. They're killing innocent people. And we need to talk about this more. Their babies are being taken and they're sexually assaulting the women and starving the people. This is inhumane. They're threatening and separating families. There's even data showing that the government has brainwashed them. It is a genocide that no one's talking about. And we don't know what it's like. We don't want to hear anything from the Chinese media control what goes in and out. And let me tell you what's the worst. Leaders around the world know what's happening, but they can't do anything since China's such a powerful country. There is no excuse to this. This is terrible. This affects me a lot due to having a Muslim family, and I feel hopeless. But I know we can stop this. I know it's a long stretch to think that we people can stop a genocide from happening, but honestly, if we make the media cover this more by sending letters, spreading awareness, protesting, and even informing people about it, we could get the media to cover it. I just want everyone to be educated and know what's happening so we can finally stop this.
Thank you, Lulu. Our next speaker is Clayton Gaither. He'll be using speech style number 3, me in 20 years.
Hi, my name is Clayton. I am, or was, entrepreneur. My goal in life, ever since I was a kid, was to create no man ever previously created. To do this, I needed money. So I began brainstorming ideas that I could sell to raise money for my dream. Boy, did I screw up. You see, one day, I was at bar with some friends. I was just sitting there, and bam, came out of the car, offering an energy drink targeted at millennials and Gen Z. I called it millennial juice, and it was going to be the biggest thing my generation had ever seen. I made my basement using different substances for those normal energy drinks. I made a can for it, and went searching for investors. I tricked some old people into giving a large amount of money for their advertisements and making a drink. That for some advertisements went into sponsoring influencers. It was like a perfect storm. Once my drink released, I would be rich. On the day of release, I sold 50,000 bottles of millennium juice. It was like a dream come true. On the second day, however, everything went downhill. You see, I never really tested the drink, and apparently substances that I used in the drink were toxic. 50,000 people ended up getting poisoned, some even hospitalized. Luckily, no one died. Minutes after I woke up and learned what happened, SWAT vans were swinging at my house, and I was being dragged outside. Right now I'm in jail, being sued for poisoning other people, and I owe a lot of money. The only reason I'm talking to you here today is that I get 10 days off my 20-year sentence if I stand here and get a case that I know what not to do when trading and selling drinks online.
Thank you, Clayton. Our next speaker is Clive Carton, who will be doing speech style number 2, Why Soccer is Important to Younger Children.
I think soccer is the best sport physically for these reasons. My first reason that soccer players are important to local leagues is because they run up to 6 to 7 miles per game, which is a lot, and is almost double of every single sport. Although soccer players might not be the best at everything, they're the best at running. And they don't run as much or sprint as much because most of the time they save it until they have to sprint and create quick charges in directions and still go action. Just because soccer players run the most doesn't mean they're the best in the world. Football players are strong and baseball players have the same hand-eye coordination, while basketball players can jump really high. Even though that we aren't the best in the world, that means that soccer players have the most common aspects of fitness, and the average person has the same speed, dexterity, and endurance. My second reason that soccer players are the most important in life is they teach kids skills such as teamwork, perseverance, and decision that they'll be able to apply to all aspects of their life. It also helps them to learn whether the ups and downs of life, anticipate opportunities, and how to work with their peers to solve problems. My third reason is that kids learn responsibility. When kids first begin to play soccer, it is most common to see that they will chase the ball around the field in a pack and not know what to do. Yet as they gain more experience, they realize that they're more effective as a team, and that each person plays a different spot. It is always fun to see when each kid realizes, this is my position, I have responsibility, and in this area against these opposing players. That's why I think soccer benefits more kids in life than any other sport.
Our next speaker is Avery Kelly, who will be doing speech style number 3, My Future Me.
Hi, my name is Avery Elizabeth Keller. You might be wondering who I am or why I'm visiting your school. Well, I'm actually an alumni from way back in class of 2021, or you may know better as the great pandemic of COVID-19. I started in this school in the 3-year-old class and graduated in 8th grade. I really did learn a lot from this school, which I brought with me everywhere. First high school, then college, and now in my day-to-day life. After graduating 8th grade, I went on to high school at St. Agnes Academy. I was so lucky to be able to go to my first choice school. It was a difficult 4 years of hard work, but it paid off full of fun and new experiences that came with it. Next, college. I chose to attend the University of Colorado in Boulder. While attending school in Boulder, I became CEO of a charitable company to help the homeless get cleaned up and fed, so they can provide comfortably for themselves one day. I decided to major in political science so I could become a state representative. Becoming a representative was difficult. It took hard work. I had to persevere through rough and difficult times, practice my leadership, and practice my public speaking. I am so grateful that I was able to go to three amazing schools growing up, which all taught me to persevere, have confidence in yourself, and most importantly, leadership. Those three traits can get you so far in life and help you achieve almost anything that you set your mind to.
Our next speaker is James Glenn. We'll be doing speech style number 2. Experiences are the foundation of our future.
In my speech, I'll tell you about what made me the person I am today. I started right here at St. Mark's Episcopal School and went on to St. Francis in the year 2021. I had a lot of fun at St. Francis, but I never forgot the lessons I learned and the people I met at St. Mark's. After I graduated from St. Francis, I went on to spend 12 years in college, getting a degree in biology, as well as physics and mathematics. Sadly, while I was in college, my dogs passed away. But I didn't let that sadness slow me down. I started working on projects that mostly failed, but it didn't let it stop me from chasing my dreams. I got a new lab partner / job that I named after the dog in my favorite movie called Wild. And if I had time after work, I go to my dad's story to hear inspired found because my favorite childhood show, 4th of July. I didn't get here all by myself, however. I have many people I want to thank for it. My mom and dad helped me most of the way, and my dogs got me through our times. But the people I want to thank most of all made the price. I most of all want to thank all the wonderful teachers I had at St. Mark's. Every teacher I had seemed to be passionate about what they were teaching, and it made me want to learn too. If there's one thing I want to leave with here today, is that what we learned from our earliest years are what build the foundation of our future. That may go unnoticed, but it's by far the most.
Thank you, James. Our next speaker is Luke Holmes,
Whoa.
who will be doing speech style number 3, the importance of reading.
Hello, I am Luke Holmes, a researcher in the field of bioengineering. I'm here today to talk to your class about the importance of reading, both fiction and nonfiction. Reading has many benefits in social skills, communication, and writing. It is also one of the best ways to learn, with almost all information existing in this format. Additionally, it offers several psychological benefits. Reading helps graduate with word knowledge and spelling. Critical thinking and adaptability have also been linked to reading fiction. Additionally, there is a high correlation between empathy and reading. Because of the importance of understanding others' ideas and communication, this means that reading books of diverse characters and many background viewpoints is essential. Nonfiction reading is an excellent way to learn. I've learned much from reading nonfiction books. I also enjoy science magazines like Scientific American and Discover, the latter of which I would highly recommend. Many people think that they dislike reading. Most do not. They may just dislike reading that is required. However, because of this, many people who might otherwise enjoy reading do not begin. This leads to worse communication skills, as many will prefer to read social media instead. The quality of social media is generally very low, meaning that it does not convey any of the important communication skills one would gain from reading literature. In conclusion, if one wants to improve one's communication and social emotional skills, one should try to read fiction when possible. If one reads things from others' perspectives, it makes it much easier to understand something even if they're wrong. Thank you.
Thank you, Luke. Our final speaker is Ali Hamza. He'll be using speech style number 2, why we should encourage IRMs.
Why we should encourage IRMs. Over the past century, there have been multiple attempts to communicate with intelligent life outside of our solar system. This communication has been attempted using radio messages targeted at various stars. These messages are called interstellar radio messages, or IRMs. Although many support these attempts, there are also many who disagree and believe that the messages are a bad idea. A popular argument from that stance is that extraterrestrial life forms that receive the signals may be violent or misinterpret the message as a threat. They could attack us. I don't agree with this idea. After all, humans have been sending signals inadvertently for many years. Aren't they as much of a threat as any messages that could be sent? Since these messages take a very long time to travel, by not sending them frequently, we're only slowing down the progression of science. We could never get any response from these messages, but there is a chance that our descendants could. Because of the long distance from us to even the closest stars, it is also unlikely that any aggravated extraterrestrials would spend a significant amount of time, and if they have a lifespan similar to that of humans their entire lives, traveling to Earth. Another option for the aliens to attack us would be for them to send long-range weapons towards us. That would take a very long time and would most likely not be worth the resources spent. Any alien species with technological capability of sending interstellar long-range weapons would almost certainly recognize this. I believe that frequent radio transmissions to solar systems that may be able to support life are crucial to contacting extraterrestrial life forms. We aren't doing it for ourselves, we're doing it for our future descendants.
All right. Thanks, Ali. Thank you, everybody. I just want to say a couple quick things, and anybody that's viewing, whether in another classroom or home, you're certainly welcome to stay on a little longer and listen. But frankly, I'm really speaking to the students in the classroom when I say this. First, one of the things that we have made important about this class is the ability to learn how to communicate, and mostly to learn how to use your voice to advocate for things that matter to you. Among the speeches that we heard today, we heard silly and funny speeches, we heard serious and heavy speeches, and that's not really as relevant to me as the fact that students choose what they want to talk about, and they learn to talk about it with the right level of conviction and passion that they have, that demonstrates their care and concern for a subject, because this is a skill we believe that not only they'll need in high school, but you guys will need in life beyond high school. And when we learn to use our voice to advocate for ourselves, we transition away from yelling and having a tantrum when we don't get our way, or just shrinking back and withdrawing into yourself and giving up and saying nothing, and rather learn how to find our words to make the point we need to make to accomplish something. I think you guys just did an unbelievably good job. I mean, all of you started in very different places coming into this class, and each of you had a different journey. But man, wow, I am really proud of what these speeches look like. I saw you guys using tools with more advanced skill than you had used in any of your prior speeches. And you've gotten this Speechapalooza off to this unique year of Speechapalooza off to an outstanding start, where all the other three sections that are able to watch today, you can see how nicely this has been done. And we're going to be looking forward to seeing you. But man, you guys today, 8A, truly amazing. Super proud of you. It's such a weird and different experience to be watching you from home than being in the room, and you guys were great. I'm giving you my applause. You never get to hear me applaud because I was muted. You have my applause and just such unbelievable pride for your effort. Thank you, thank you, thank you.